When I moved back into my parents' house in Dayton, Ohio, it was supposed to be temporary. My divorce had finalized in late October. My daughter Lily had just started second grade. The house was the same pale yellow ranch where my sister Claire and I grew up, where the hallway still creaked near the bathroom and the furnace groaned like it resented winter. It wasn't glamorous, but it was stable. I told myself stability mattered more than pride. Claire announced her pregnancy 3 weeks after I moved in. She arrived for Sunday dinner with ultrasound photos and a nervous smile. Her husband, Mark, stood slightly behind her, already protective. My parents cried. My father opened a bottle of sparkling cider. My mother immediately started talking about turning the spare room into a nursery. I didn't think much of that at the time. The spare room was technically mine, but temporary meant flexible. The first shift was small. Claire began commenting on space. Babies need calm, she said once, glancing at Lily's crayons spread across the coffee table. Then it became stress. Doctors say high stress isn't good during pregnancy. No one accused me of causing it. They just let the implication hang there. At dinner one night in February, Claire set her fork down carefully. I've been thinking, she said. When the baby comes, I'll need help. I can't manage stairs at our place. Mark works long hours. It makes sense for me to stay here for a while. My father nodded slowly. My mother looked between us. It's just until they get settled, she added. And you're getting back on your feet, honey. You're strong. It wasn't framed as an eviction. It was framed as confidence in me. You'll land somewhere, Claire said gently. You always do. No one asked how Lily would feel. No one asked if I had savings. They spoke in softened tones, as if cushioning the inevitability. I moved out 6 weeks later. My apartment was small but clean. 20 minutes away near a strip mall. And an elementary school with fading playground paint. Lily liked that she could see the ISCA truck from our balcony. I worked extra hours at the insurance firm where I'd been rehired part-time. I stopped going to Sunday dinners. Claire had her baby in July. A boy. My parents sent photos constantly. When I visited once, Claire thanked me for understanding. I didn't argue. I just stopped explaining. Over the next year, I rebuilt quietly. Full-time position. A small emergency fund. I paid down debt. Lily adjusted. She started talking about our place, instead of Grandma's house. Then last winter, interest rates climbed. My father had refinanced poorly years earlier. Claire and Mark had been living there longer than planned. Mark's contracting work slowed down. Medical bills stacked up from a complicated delivery. The call came on a Tuesday evening. We need to talk, my father said. They showed up at my apartment the following Sunday. Both of them. My mother held a folder. They didn't sit at first. My father paced. The mortgage has gone up again, he said. We're behind. How behind? I asked. 3 months. They spoke about the house like it was a shared limb. About memories. About market timing. About how unfair the banks were. Then my mother added, almost casually. We just need help getting through this year. I waited. We were thinking. My father said. You've been doing well. Maybe you could help with payments. Just until things stabilize. And Claire? I asked. My mother's mouth tightened. She has a baby, so do I said. Silence. We're not revisiting the past. My father said. Claire didn't do anything wrong. It was a practical decision at the time. The air in my apartment felt different from theirs. Smaller but mine. I didn't answer immediately. I asked for numbers instead. 2 days later. We sat in a bank office across from a loan officer named Mr. Henderson. The fluorescent lights. Papers were stacked neatly between us. Mr. Henderson adjusted his glasses after reviewing their file. As it stands, he said carefully, your income won't qualify for a restructuring. However, he glanced at me. If your daughter were willing to co-sign or refinance under her credit profile, approval would be possible. There it was. Clear. Clinical. Unmistakable. My father looked at me for the first time without assumption. Claire sat beside my mother, quiet. She hadn't met my eyes since we arrived. I'm willing to help, I said finally. My voice surprised me by how steady it was. But not informally. I laid out terms I'd written down the night before. If I co-signed, my name would go on the deed. Claire and Mark would contribute a fixed amount monthly, Documented. If payments were missed twice, I'd have authority to sell the house. No arguments about family loyalty later. No revisionist history. My mother blins. Formal. It is. My father stared at the paperwork. The room felt smaller than my apartment had. You're treating us like strangers, he said. No. I replied. I'm treating this like a mortgage. Claire finally spoke, softly. Why never meant to push you out, you did. And not cruelly, just fact. The choice sat between them, pride or preservation. They signed. There was no celebration. No apology either, afterward in the parking lot. My mother hugged me too tightly. You're a good daughter, she whispered. I didn't answer that. The house didn't feel like mine when I drove past weeks later. Even though legally part of it now was. Lily asked once if we'd ever move back. No, I said. We're okay where we are. Family dinners resumed eventually. Careful and measured. Claire avoids conversations about that winter. My father discusses interest rates now like weather patterns. Nothing dramatic changed. But something settled into place. I help pay the mortgage. And no one mistakes my strength for convenience anymore.